I often say that healing ain't pretty, and it's not. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tamara. Today I wanted to sit down and talk about why we may be struggling in our wellness journey. I had this epiphany a year ago, and it was surrounding why I was struggling with my fitness routine, especially because I have really fallen in love with fitness, with health, and with wellness, and I've done it. I have transformed my body, but one of the things that was always in the back of my mind was I'm not good enough. So last year when I was struggling, and I speak a lot about what these past, couple of years have been like in my wellness journey video. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch that. But one of the main things that stood out to me was that I don't believe. I kept beating myself up like, Tamara, why can't you stick to a routine? Why aren't you enjoying your workouts anymore? Why are you experiencing so much resistance? And I was just sitting and thinking about this one day, and I had this thought where I was like, I don't think I believe. I don't believe that I can transform. I don't believe that I can change. I don't believe that I'm good enough. I don't believe that I'm worthy. And it's a very confusing thought because it's like I've done it before. But even when I have done it before, there was always this thought that I'm not good enough and I haven't reached what I want to reach yet, and there's always more that I can do, just always feeling inadequate. And I really truly believe that this stemmed from my birth experience, which seems like it wouldn't connect at all, but everything in my life connects. And because my birthing experience didn't go as planned, I feel like it was kind of like the final nail in the coffin for me when it comes to my mindset. And it wasn't about the birthing experience just like not going the way I wanted it to, because I had it in my mind, Tamara, things probably won't go exactly as you want. I didn't really have like a birth plan. I did my prenatal care at a birthing center. I wanted to give birth there. I wanted to have a water birth. And then things started out really well and really fast, and all of a sudden everything changed and a lot of different things happened. And I remember when my midwives made the final call that I had to be transferred to the hospital, just sobbing and being in this state of overwhelming agony. And all of the midwives, are gathered around me and say, it's okay. This happens. Things don't go as planned. It's just all about, making sure baby is delivered safely. And as everybody's saying all these things to me, I'm just sitting there sobbing, thinking nobody gets it. Nobody understands, because it wasn't about, delivery not being exactly what I wanted it to be. It was about me feeling like nothing in life works out for me. And this has been a recurring theme in my life, especially because I am so passionate about things. I'm so passionate about my art, about my craft. I'm so passionate about health, about wellness. So I struggle with the real reality that I still struggle in these areas. Like, why has it been so hard for my career to take off when I know I'm extremely talented and I know that I'm purposed? So why is it so hard for me? Why am I still struggling with body image? Why am I still struggling with weight when I'm so passionate about wellness, when I'm so passionate about health, and I'm doing all of these things? And that's the same thing with like my pregnancy and my delivery. It's like I'm so passionate about living a holistic life, why I wanted to birth there, just having, just the experience that offers. I'm so passionate about it. So why couldn't I have that? And that thought, I think, really was like finally sealed in my mind that nothing works out for you. Life is against you. So fast forward, we're in the pandemic. So I really didn't have time to really process my experience because, like I said, in the other video, 2.5 weeks postpartum, we were in a pandemic. And then I think subconsciously, I basically told myself, like, okay, well, none of that even matters anymore. Like, we're in a global pandemic, you're in survival mode, focus on this, focus on keeping yourself safe and your newborn baby safe and, your family safe. So then when we eventually moved to Buffalo and I'm just home with my newborn and, trying to get back into like some type of routine, some type of like fitness routine, I kept failing essentially. And I was just stuck with my thoughts pretty much. And one day I had this thought that, Tamara, you don't truly believe that you're fit, that you can ever be fit, that you can lead a healthy lifestyle. Like, none of this even matters. You just, all of these negative thoughts coming into my head, even though, I lost the baby weight, but it was so much more than weight. It's always been so much more than weight for me, even though it doesn't always appear that way, even to myself, but I know it is so much more than that. But I stopped believing, because after you've been on this journey for so long and there's still something that just doesn't feel right, there's still something that's nagging at you, it's really hard to convince yourself otherwise. So that is why I decided this time around to really focus on my wellness overall. So not saying, okay, I'm going on this renewed fitness journey. No, I'm going on this renewed wellness journey. And even these past few weeks that I've kind of been, on this new path, it has been difficult. It has been extremely, extremely difficult. And I'm still trying to combat that thought that life is against me and nothing works out for me, and truly believing in what it is that I live. And a huge part of that is self-reflection and digging and peeling back the layers of these thoughts that I have. What does wellness even mean to me in the first place? Because if I'm so focused on just like how I look on the outside, then I'm completely missing the point of what I'm trying to achieve in the first place. I can say I believe in living a holistic lifestyle. I believe in wellness, but how am I living that out day to day? Even in the disappointments that I experience, how am I practicing wholeness? How am I practicing wellness? Because beating myself up, speaking to myself in a negative manner, and just piling on the shame is not me practicing wellness. I'm not believing because I am stuck in this mindset of lack and scarcity. So even when you do go through a transformation and everybody else around you can see it and they can feel it and they acknowledge it and they celebrate it, you still have this part of you that just feels like, I'm not there yet. It's not enough. And it gets to the point that even your successes are failures. So even though I have been very consistent with the physical aspect of this journey, working out and moving my body on a daily basis, there's still, this negative voice in my head that's saying, oh, well, but you still didn't work as hard as you probably could work. I recently launched my self-published book, and although I reached my goal for my pre-order sales, there was still this negative voice in my head saying, oh, but you didn't exceed that. And it's like, what? How did I get to such a negative headspace that I can't even celebrate a win without sabotaging it? So right now I'm really just going through this process of breaking down my thoughts and my beliefs and my ideas around things. Because if I have transformed before, physically and mentally as well, then why do I have this thought that I can't do it now? Why am I struggling so much? Maybe it's the idea of what I think this transformation is, or what I think wellness or health is supposed to look like. Maybe it's so much deeper than what we can externally see. Maybe there are some roots that I haven't uprooted yet. And this is hard work. It is grueling and gruesome, and it can feel very lonely and confusing and just so many things going on in your mind on a daily basis. But it is important. I often say that healing ain't pretty, and it's not. I think there's always been this kind of like a misconception about what healing looks like. And we want it to be this montage of beautiful moments where there's beautiful music playing in the background, and we're just like walking in this beautiful scenery and deep reflection. But sometimes it's you on the floor sobbing for hours. Sometimes it's you in the bed not wanting to get up, and it's hard and it's frustrating and it's honest. And that is where I am right now. So today I just really wanted to encourage us all, because all of my content really, I really believe that I'm purposed to empower, but the empowerment really starts with myself. So I'm here to encourage us all to stay on this journey and understand that it is going to be difficult. It is not going to be easy. And commit to finding the truth within yourself. Understand why you aren't believing what you want to achieve, because that could be the single thing that is holding you back. So thank you so much for tuning in for another Wellness Wednesdays video. This is not defeat. This is just part of the journey.